Have you ever wondered what Tunisian crochet looks like when you are doing something that is wider than 10 to 15 stitches? Because I know that when we're learning, when we're teaching how to do it and you're learning, we generally use 10 to 15 stitches because it's easier to show you with a smaller amount of stitches than to do this whole darn thing. So I'm working on this project and I'm thinking it would be cool to show you how it really looks. This is, I'm not quite halfway with this row that I'm doing on the first pass, but here we are all the way to the end. It does curl, which is kind of a pain for a while. But here we are, here's the other end. And what I've done is I've attached this at the other end and put a rubber band around there so that the stitches won't fall off the end. And there's where I started. It looks like a big snake. And it keeps on going, and it keeps on going, and more, all the way over to here. This is the other end of it right here. This is 170 stitches, or I guess I should say 170 chains is what I started with. So it's a little difficult when you're using 170 stitches and you've got this big snake that's rolling up. But you get used to it, and I'll just do a few to show you. This, I'm doing the Tunisian knit stitch. It's a little difficult to do this with the camera between me and the work so that I can show you. I don't even know if I can keep this in the camera lens here. I'll try. But this is how it goes. You just have to keep putting your hook in there and making your stitch, and then you have to keep pulling it down that way toward the other end. The hook that I'm using is from the ChiaoGoo company. I purchased an entire set. I believe it cost us about $115, I believe it was. And it took, gosh, 3 weeks, I believe, to get here, because it came all the way from overseas somewhere. But that's basically what you just keep doing this. You keep adjusting it on your hook and pulling it, pushing it and pulling it until you get to the other end. I'll show you what it looks like when I get to the other end. I wanted to show you what the hooks look like. This is, they come in this really nice case from the ChiaoGoo company. And these are all of the hooks that I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are missing because I'm using it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I can't count today. 11 hooks. And it also came with these that you hook onto the ends of the hooks. It came with little tools that hook these together, and that's how you do it. You put one of your hooks on one end, and then they have stoppers for the back that you can use. They look like this to keep your yarn from going off the other end, but it didn't work really well for me. Actually, they twist off from the action of the crochet for some reason, and it would fall off the end. So that's why I put the other hook on the opposite end, and then I put a rubber band to keep the yarn from coming off, which works better for me. But that's what that's all about. This is what it looks like after completing the forward and the return pass. And I have my stitch held with a stitch marker so I don't lose it. That's where I will start the next forward pass. But this is it. This big snake that rolls is what's going on here. This is what it looks like when you're doing something, a large project. Okay, just so you know. I also wanted to say something about these hooks. This is what it looks like when it's not in the fabric that I'm making. This is where they hook together, right here. I don't know if that's clear. They do come undone. Look how easily they twist off. They come undone. So every time that I complete a forward or a backward pass, a return pass, I have to tighten these. Because if I don't tighten them, here's some more back here. If I don't tighten those, I'm in trouble. I forgot to tighten them. Last night I was doing crochet while I was listening to some podcasts, and I wasn't paying a lot of attention, and I forgot to tighten them, and it came undone right in the middle of all of this, and I had to put a hook on the beginning stitch once again and then tear it all out. So there was an entire row that I lost, and it doesn't take me that long. It takes about 20 minutes to do a forward pass and a return pass, but still, you've done all that work and you're like, oh crap, I mean, oh darn. Whatever. So, you know, that's the only thing I don't like about these, but it's the only way to do it. So be sure that you tighten these after every pass, and I think you'll be just fine. Thanks for watching, and happy crocheting.